Picture this. A woman rates herself a 9 out of 10, but she rates the average hard-working guy a 4. She has a checklist. She wants a guy who is 6 feet tall. He must be a CEO. He needs to make 6 figures. But imagine this same man has a standard. He says, I prefer a woman who hasn't slept with half the city. Suddenly, he is the bad guy. He is shallow. He hates women. She goes online and posts, all men are trash. Then, in the same breath, she cries because a man says he likes feminine women. Let me break this down for you. I am going to explain why modern women go into total shock when men finally treat them exactly like men. No special favors. No kid gloves. Just pure 50-50 equality. And here is the spoiler. They cannot handle it. Here is a simple test that exposes the truth. Watch what happens when you use their own rules against them. She says, I won't date a guy under 6 feet. You say, I won't date a girl over 140 pounds. She says, I need a man who makes big money. You ask, what do you bring to the table besides demands? She says, men are stupid. You point out that most homeless people are men. Most high school dropouts are men. Watch the meltdown happen. The same person screaming for equality suddenly wants special treatment. This problem is everywhere. I have seen women who are average looking, maybe a 5 on a good day, walking around acting like they are supermodels. They call good, honest men average or mid. There is a total break from reality. Imagine a woman working a basic retail job. She lives with 2 roommates. There is nothing amazing about her career or her life. Yet, she genuinely believes she deserves a top-tier millionaire. Meanwhile, she rejects good guys because they have normal human flaws. Social media has brainwashed average women. It convinces them they are queens. They think they deserve the treatment of a king. Think about it. She posts a selfie. She gets hundreds of likes from thirsty guys. She opens a dating app. She gets dozens of matches instantly. This creates a fake sense of value. She thinks, I am high value because all these men want to sleep with me. She does not understand the difference. Men will sleep with almost anything that is attractive and available. That is not love. That is just opportunity. Then there is the loyalty issue. The double standard here is wild. Women will talk about cheating like it is no big deal. You hear them say, yeah, I was texting 3 other guys while dating my ex. Or, I keep backup options just in case. Or, I flirt with his friends to make him jealous. But if her man even looks at another woman, he is a pig. He is a cheater. He cannot be trusted. This double standard is so normal now, they don't even see it. I once coached a guy. His girlfriend admitted she cheated in every single past relationship, but she swore she had changed for him. Guess what happened 6 months later? She cheated. And when he confronted her, she blamed him. She said he didn't meet her emotional needs. There is zero responsibility. It is always someone else's fault when they break trust. The entitlement is breathtaking. Some women truly believe men owe them the world. They want expensive dinners. They want gifts. They want constant attention. Why? Just for existing. Not for being a great partner. Not for bringing value. Just for showing up. They say things like, if he is broke, he shouldn't be dating. But ask her what she contributes financially, you get silence. Or you get anger. A client showed me a list of requirements from a woman he met. It said, must make over $100,000. Must be tall. Must have a luxury car. Must own a house. Must be fit. Must be funny. This woman? She was unemployed. She lived with her parents. She was out of shape. She brought nothing to the table but demands. But in her mind, she deserves it all because she is a queen. Then we have the hookup culture. This damages the ability to bond. Women with a long history of partners wonder why they can't feel a deep connection. Studies show this clearly. Having many partners damages your ability to pair bond. But if you point this out, you are shaming her. They want to live like men sexually, but they still want to be treated like ladies romantically. Biology does not work that way. The lies they tell themselves are incredible. A woman who has slept with 50 men will demand a man who sees her as special. How are you special when you have given yourself to everyone? How are you unique when you have done everything with everyone? But they expect men to ignore the past. They want to be treated like untouched princesses. And look at how they defend bad behavior. A woman gains 50 pounds after marriage. She says, "Love me for who I am." A man gains 20 pounds. She says, "He let himself go. I am not attracted to him." A woman sleeps around. She is exploring herself. A man has standards about her past. He is insecure and controlling. The rules change constantly. It depends on what benefits her. I have watched women defend a friend who cheated. They say, "Oh, she wasn't getting enough attention at home." Then they attack a man who cheated, even if his wife refused to be intimate for 2 years. It is the exact same behavior, seeking attention elsewhere, but the judgment is totally different based on gender. This is not equality. It is supremacy dressed up as victimhood. You see this pattern everywhere. They attack freely, but they crumble if you critique them. Women will say vicious things about men. They say men are stupid, useless, toxic, or dangerous. But say one factual thing about female behavior. You are a hater. You are an incel. You hate women. They can dish it out all day. They absolutely cannot take it. A female coworker once told me, "All men are potential predators." I responded with a fact. I said statistically, women are more likely to abuse children. She reported me to HR. She said I created a hostile environment. Think about that. She can make a sweeping attack on my entire gender, but I cannot cite a statistic about hers. This is the modern deal. Women can attack. Men must accept it. The habits of young women are disturbing too. They joke about having a wild summer with a different guy every weekend. They brag about their numbers like it is a high score in a video game. They share videos about poor hygiene, heavy drinking, and drug use. Then they wonder why quality men won't commit to them. I have seen women proudly announce, "I don't cook. I don't clean. I don't want kids. I don't like sex after marriage." But they still expect men to marry them. What exactly are you offering? Your personality. That consists of wine, Netflix, and complaining. Your deep thoughts you got from Instagram? Your baggage you refuse to fix? Some women act like men should be punished just for existing. There was a real proposal for a male curfew. They said men shouldn't be allowed out after dark so women feel safe. Think about that logic. Half the population should be under house arrest. Why? Because of the actions of a tiny percentage of bad men. But if you suggest women dress modestly to avoid attention, that is oppression. Feminism convinced women they don't need men. It created a generation of miserable people. They were told they could have it all. Career, freedom, casual sex, no consequences. Now they are 35. They are alone. They are exhausted. They wonder why they are unhappy. The programming told them men were optional. Reality says otherwise. I saw a video recently. A woman was apologizing. She realized the lies she believed. She spent her 20s finding herself. She spent her 30s building a career. Now at 42, she realizes she wanted a family all along. But it is too late. Her fertility is gone. Her ability to bond is broken. And the men she wants? They are dating 28-year-olds. The ideology led her off a cliff. The regret is real. Women who demanded independence are now complaining. They hate paying their own bills. They hate fixing their own problems. They hate being alone. Turns out, having someone provide and protect was actually pretty nice. But they destroyed that dynamic. They called it oppression. And now they are suffering the consequences. A divorced woman told me she thought being single would be freedom. 6 months later, she is exhausted. She works full-time. She manages the house alone. She deals with car repairs. She handles the money. She does all the things her ex-husband used to do. She admitted, "I didn't realize how much he did." Yeah, because you were too busy complaining about what he didn't do. This hypocrisy is at its peak with dating standards. Women have a list of requirements longer than a receipt, but men cannot have any preferences. She needs you tall, rich, funny, fit, emotional but strong, successful but always home. You want someone who hasn't slept with your whole friend group? You are insecure. The aging struggle is brutal, but it is biological. A 45-year-old unmarried man with money is a catch. A 45-year-old unmarried woman is invisible. This isn't cruelty. It is reality. Men value youth and fertility. Women value resources and status. A man's value often goes up with age. A woman's value often goes down. Acknowledging this is called hateful. But look at other cultures. They are honest about it. In some places, older unmarried women are called leftover women. Older successful men are called golden bachelors. Harsh? Yes. True? Also yes. The West pretends these rules don't exist, but pretending doesn't change the game. And look at the marriages. Fear-based relationships are pathetic to watch. I see men terrified to make decisions in their own homes. They need permission to see friends. They need permission to buy a video game. They need permission to speak. Their wives have totally neutered them. And then, these same wives complain. Where is his masculine energy? You destroyed his masculinity. Then you wonder where it went. A client asked his wife permission to join a gym. A grown man, asking permission to get healthy. She said no. She was worried other women would look at him, so he stays out of shape. She loses attraction to him. The marriage falls apart. This happens when men fear their wives more than they respect themselves. Equality is funny. It is only popular until it gets uncomfortable. Women want equal pay. They want equal jobs. Until the ship is sinking, then suddenly it is women and children first. They want to be soldiers, until they have to carry the same heavy pack. They want equality when it benefits them. During the pandemic, there was talk of drafting medical workers. Suddenly, strong independent nurses remembered they were delicate flowers. They needed protection. The same women posting, "We can do anything men can do," were now explaining why they shouldn't have to do this one hard thing. Society gives women a perpetual victim card. It is exhausting. A woman can hit a man. People ask, what did he do to provoke her? A woman can break a man's stuff. People assume he deserved it. A woman can make false claims that ruin a life. She faces no punishment, but a man defends himself with words? He is an abuser. I watched a video. A woman was hitting a man over and over. He finally pushed her away. He didn't hit her. He just pushed. The comments were full of people calling him abusive. She can assault him, but his self-defense makes him the villain. This is modern equality. Women can do anything. Men must accept everything. We mock male struggles, but we excuse female behavior. A man loses his job. He is a loser. He can't provide. A woman quits her job to find herself. She is a brave queen prioritizing mental health. A man lives with his parents. Pathetic man-child. A woman lives with her parents. Smart financial decision. Men's mental health is treated as a danger. Women's mental health is treated like a quirky personality trait. She has anxiety, depression, and mood swings. She needs support. She is a survivor. He has depression? Red flag. He is broken. Find someone stable. Biology drives all of this. Nobody wants to admit it. Women are the selectors. Men are the competitors. This created different minds. Women evolved to be choosy. Men evolved to be chosen. But modern society pretends we are the same, while at the same time reinforcing the differences. Women have value just by being able to have kids. Men have always had to prove their worth. They had to build, protect, and achieve. A woman just had to exist. Now, they expect that existence to be enough, even when they are older and have made bad choices. So when men apply equal standards, the shock is real. Women have never felt it before. They have been protected their entire lives, provided for, put on a pedestal. When a man treats her exactly like another man, no special favors, no holding the door, no paying the bill, they are confused. They are hurt. I once treated a female colleague exactly like I treated the men. I gave direct feedback. I didn't sugarcoat it. I expected her to be competent. She complained. She said I was harsh. She said I was intimidating. I showed HR that I used the exact same words with her as with the guys. They still told me to adjust my style for her. That is equality today. Different treatment based on gender, but the dating market is correcting itself. It is fascinating to watch. Men are waking up. They are realizing their value. They realize they don't have to accept terrible behavior just to get a little intimacy. They understand that their money, their protection, and their commitment are valuable. And women? The ones who treated men like trash? They are panicking. Young men are opting out. They see the deal. It is massive responsibility, minimal authority, extreme expectations, no appreciation, lifetime financial debt, temporary support, and men are saying no thanks. Video games, hobbies, and peace are better than what modern women are offering. And how do women react? Do they improve what they offer? No. They double down on shaming. Men are lazy. Men can't handle a strong woman. Men are intimidated by success. No. Men are doing the math. And the math says you are not worth the cost. The myth of the strong, independent woman is collapsing. Most women don't want to be independent. It is hard work. They want to be taken care of. But they want the option to leave whenever they want with half the cash. That is not independence. That is being a parasite with an escape plan. The old way worked because both sides brought value. Men provided resources. Women provided support. Now women want men to keep the traditional role. But women want to abandon their role. You can't have traditional benefits with modern freedom. Pick one. Watching women get treated equally is brutal. A female friend complained, "Men don't offer to help me lift heavy boxes anymore. What happened to chivalry?" I told her, "You posted about not needing men. We believed you." The workplace paradox is funny too. Women demanded into male jobs. Now they complain the culture isn't feminine enough. They go into construction. They want the culture changed. They go into tech. They want it less competitive. You fought to get into the boys' club. Now you want to paint the clubhouse pink. The allergy to accountability is shocking. Women will blame everyone before they blame themselves. It is society. It is the patriarchy. It is toxic masculinity. It is her ex. It is her hormones. It is never her choice. Never her behavior. A woman cheats? He neglected me. A woman gains 100 pounds? Society's beauty standards are unfair. A woman can't find a date? There are no good men left. The mental gymnastics are impressive. They will do anything to avoid saying, "I made a bad choice." The modern dating scene is just revealing the truth. This is what happens when women get treated like men. No special favors. No lowered bar. No safety net. And they are discovering that equality isn't as fun as being the boss. Being judged on merit, being held to a standard, facing consequences. That is reality for men, and women hate it. They complain dating is harder now. It is harder because men have standards now, because men expect something back, because men won't tolerate bad behavior just for sex. Welcome to equality, ladies. This is what you asked for. The truth? Men and women were never meant to be equal in that way. We were meant to be complementary, different but balanced, each bringing something unique. But modern women want to be men. They want to keep female privileges too. They want our jobs but not our stress, our authority but not our blame. The shock on their faces reveals a lie. Women don't want equality. They want superiority. They want special treatment while claiming they don't need it. They want provision while claiming independence. The solution is simple, but it hurts. We need to admit the truth about biology. Men and women are different. We want different things. We bring different value. Pretending we are the same creates this mess. But honesty requires women to admit they need men, and their pride won't let them do it. The damage is huge. Young women are taught they are perfect and deserve everything. Young men are taught they are toxic and useless. Then we wonder why relationships are failing, why nobody is having kids, why everyone is miserable. Men are becoming indifferent, not angry, just indifferent. We don't need to play a rigged game. We are finding happiness elsewhere, and women are slowly realizing something scary. Male attention, money, and protection are not rights. They are privileges. You have to earn them. The correction is coming. It will be harsh. Women who treated men like disposable objects will age into invisibility. Men who were rejected for being human will have options. The dynamics women used in their 20s will hurt them in their 40s. The wall is undefeated. Time is ruthless. Biology doesn't care about your feelings. Men who build success become more valuable. Women who lose youth become less valuable. This isn't an opinion. It is a fact seen in every culture in history. Modern women thought feminism could beat nature. Nature is laughing at them. The panic has started. Articles asking, "Where are all the good men?" are everywhere. Dating coaches for older women are getting rich. Egg freezing businesses are booming. Wine sales and cat food sales are up. The consequences are here. Treating men like options was a mistake. Now, the adjustment begins. As more men wake up to their value, they stop putting women on pedestals. The shock will get worse. Women who never faced real standards are going to struggle. But this is what they demanded: to be treated exactly like men. The victim narrative will get louder. Every equal standard will be called sexism. Every consequence will be called oppression. But men are stopping listening. We have heard it too many times. We need to stop protecting bad behavior. When a woman brags about cheating, she should face the same shame a man would. When she uses men for money, call her a user. When she thinks kindness is weakness, avoid her like you avoid a toxic guy. The violence issue needs to be real too. Women start domestic fights as much as men, but they almost never get arrested. Women ruin lives with lies. They almost never get punished. We excuse it. She must have been pushed. No, the fear men have of their wives creates broken men. These guys can't speak. They are prisoners in their own marriage. They negotiate for basic freedom, and their wives lose attraction. You cannot desire someone you control. The entitlement is absurd. Women think they deserve a $200 dinner from a stranger just for the pleasure of her company. Ask her to split the bill? He is cheap. He doesn't value me. Listen, your company isn't worth what you think it is. My hope? That realistic women will separate themselves from the delusional ones. Women who understand value, who appreciate men. They will win. They will get the quality men who are tired of the princesses. The future belongs to those who accept reality. Men who respect themselves. Women who understand that relationships are a trade. You have to give to get. Couples who reject this modern mess and go back to what works. The shock when women get treated like men is just reality hitting them in the face. After decades of lies saying we are identical, the truth is breaking through. The differences are real. Men treating women like men isn't hate. It is equality. No special treatment. No lowered bar. No bubble wrap. You wanted to be treated like a man? Congratulations. You got it. The fact that you hate it? That tells us everything. You wanted supremacy, not equality. Here is the lesson for men. Treat women exactly how they claim they want to be treated. Like men. Same standards. Same expectations. Same accountability. Watch how fast they drop the equality talk. Watch how fast "I don't need a man" turns into "Where are the real men?" The lesson for women is harder. You cannot have it both ways. Either you are strong and independent and get treated like a man, or you are feminine and traditional and get protection. Pick one. Stick with it. The mixing and matching is over. Men are done with that game. I want to hear from you. When did you start treating women exactly like men? What was their reaction to real equality? When did you realize they wanted special treatment, not equal treatment? Tell me your story in the comments. Let's document what happens when women actually get the equality they asked for.